thing. You know,
Oh,
make it
we're
make it.
live.
We're live. All right.
Yes, we are. Hi,
All right.
Ron. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing good. How about yourself? I'm
Excellent. Excellent.
go live.
So,
So
today we're talking about the good music that came out in
in 1970.
1971.
Oh yeah. You know, I was 5 years old, so I had no clue what was going on in 1971, other than where I used to live. There was an earthquake, and I fell out of bed. Yeah. All I remember. Oh, and that my brother was born that. But other than that, no. But we got 5 albums each. Um, and I think we're covering a lot of ground here.
Yeah, prog,
Uh,
folk, metal,
yeah,
all sorts of stuff.
all sorts of fun stuff. So I'm gonna let you start.
Okay, thank you. I'll start. Uh, the first album that I'd like to discuss is this great album, Madman Across the Water from Elton John.
Oh yeah.
Uh, it's the fourth album by Elton. This is by far my favorite album from his entire discography. It has great ballads, proggy epics, and impeccable writing and composing. It features great tracks like Leave On, Tiny Dancer, and the absolutely wonderful title track with its dark melody and gorgeous orchestral instrumentation.
Oh yeah.
We have here Elton John and his writing partner, Bernie Taupin, at their most creative. Uh, just a fabulous album. Sounds great. And basically, on my list, it's 4.5 out of 5 star.
Oh yeah. I was actually listening to something about this. Did you know that hits that are now famous now, when it came out, they didn't do so good? Like Tiny Dancer, that didn't do so good. It's amazing how time goes on and they become these epic sounding music, but then when they at their inception, they were like didn't have the same reaction that they do now. And of course, yeah, the title track. I mean, when I hear that, I'm like going, I'm just blown away at how what beyond the pop sensibilities that he's known for,
Hmm.
that he did something like this. I
Oh, yeah.
mean, it basically touched onto our world of the progressive world,
Yes,
but
yes,
without like jumping in, you know.
exactly. He did a bit more proggy stuff a few albums later, but yeah, he's been more into the pop, the light pop and contemporary folk music of you know nowadays.
Oh yeah. I
But
even
yeah,
I even heard like the previous album, which has I think it's 11, 19, and then 70.
yeah,
It
yeah.
was like he was a three-piece, and you know, drums, bass, and piano. And someone told me you got to get a hold of that one if you like this. It's almost like that one's like kind of foretold all the style. But yeah,
That's true.
yeah, great album. Good choice. Good number one choice. I'm gonna stick with that country. We'll go with David Bowie's third album, Hunky Dory.
A gem.
And I love how each of his albums stylistically changed. Like previous, The Man Who Sold the World, was kind of more hard rock edge, and this one has a little more popish edge, a little more like they were I was reading a little warmer sounding. You feel more comfortable. I mean, it starts off with changes.
Hmm.
I mean
And
that,
there's a little bit of that punkish edge that
yeah,
starts coming
Ziggy.
in. Yeah.
Ziggy comes afterwards. So it's like it's almost like each album seems to be like a bridge from the previous to the next. Seems like with David Bowie. And then, recently, the 10th anniversary of his passing. Uh, so this is an amazing album. I mean, it has so many great songs on it. I mean, you can I noticed with just about every David Bowie album from the 70s, you can't go wrong with from the beginning to the end. Every song hits you in a certain different way. I mean, uh, and then change it. I mean, that's a perfect uh uh how do you say a perfect song that describes him as a person. He's always going through change. He was always going through changes through the 70s and even in the 80s and 90s. But the 70s was like you know, his decade.
Yeah, Ziggy to the Tin White Duke. He was just all over the place and in a wonderful way too.
Oh yeah. I mean, I don't think any other artist was able to do something that caliber. I mean, it's got Oh You Pretty Things. I mean, it 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 just makes you feel, like they said, warm. I mean, it brings you in. It's like this is like a great album, and it was released in December, so a nice winter album. So that's my first.
Okay. All right. All right. My next album, classic of classic, Don McLean's American Pie.
Oh
Uh,
yeah,
it's a great folk rock album and basically the crown jewel of his entire discography. Don released dozens of albums afterwards, but he never reached again the success of the title track of his 1971 album, American Pie. Uh, I know that it has deep cultural significance in the American psyche. Uh,
yeah,
at the time, Don had dedicated this song to Buddy Holly, who
yes,
passed away, I think, like 10 years earlier, uh, with the unforgettable line, something touched me deep inside the day the music died.
yeah,
So I would have liked to sing it, but with the voice I have right
right,
now, that wouldn't be a good idea.
right. But yeah, like
uh,
I was
yeah,
just listening to that title track the other day, and I mean, it gives you goosebumps.
yeah. There's also the song Vincent on that album that's also quite good. The album reached number one on Billboard 200 in 1971 in the US and was certified double platinum.
Wow,
Good stuff.
it's amazing how these albums. I mean, I I don't know the rest of this album and his discography, but I mean, better late than never.
Mhm.
And that's really I like to say that this is really one of the many reasons why we do this is because we're gonna get you to remember if you bought this when you were in 1971 or something, to discover. So good choice.
Thank you.
Well, I'm gonna go back to England, get Caravan in the land of gray and pink.
A pure classic. I absolutely adore this album.
A friend of mine now maybe almost 15 years ago told me, he said, you got to get this. And I said, okay. And at the time they had this deluxe version where it has a second CD, which I hadn't really dived in. I just stuck with the main album. But I mean, starting off with Golf Girl, I mean, how wonderful of a song. I mean, I just feel it's like
Pastoral, just
very, I mean,
you
and
know,
it's like, it's like, and it has a little sense of humor to it. And it's like, I mean, the British sense of humor that, I absolutely love.
absolutely.
And, and then of course the epic, uh, 9 Feet Underground. I mean, listen to that. And it's like, you have the shorter songs and then you have that epic. And both of things showcase the talents of this band. And I I haven't dived into any of the rest of their catalog yet, but this one I keep on pulling out even before we I decided to do 1971. I pull this out many times and I just absolutely love the music um and in some ways it kind of makes you feel good, kind of bringing you back to a little, I hate saying that, a simpler time, even
Mhm.
though it really wasn't. It was turbulent back then, but um, we had this much we could see back then. Now we have the whole. Anyways, that's my second one. I actually, anyone that wants something on the softer side, but that has a little bit of a slight edge on part, this is a great one to get. I mean, I love it.
Absolutely.
All right, that's
Well,
my
thank you. Okay.
second.
Well, then my third album. Well, everybody knows that one, I'm pretty sure. Jethro
Oh,
Tull,
oh,
Aqualung.
oh yeah,
uh, Basically, it's an essential from the Jethro Tull discography. Probably their best known album, along with Thick as a Brick and Songs from the Wood.
right.
It's a cornerstone of the golden age of prog rock as we know it. You have a combination of brilliant writing and composition, along with great musicianship. Martin Barr and Ian Anderson together were absolutely at their peak at that time.
Oh yeah,
Uh, this makes Aqualung some of their finest works. It has unforgettable tracks like Cross-Eyed Mary, Hymn 43, Locomotive Breath, and of course the glorious title track, Aqualung.
oh yeah.
I actually have the voice right now to sing Aqualung.
I know he had that
Mm.
that voice. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. The album was certified triple platinum in the US
Wow.
and was remastered in 2016 by Sir Stephen Wilson.
Oh yeah.
Uh, 5.1 Atmos and all the stuff.
Oh yeah. I heard the song many times. Never knew that it was that early in the 70s before I got the stuff. I mean, I have that one that you were talking about, and it's
Mhm.
so interesting that um, the bass player from Iron Maiden loves us Total so much that they did a cover of Cross-Eyed Mary, and it was that was actually when I hear a band do a cover of a song, all of a sudden that triggers something for me. I need to go find the original,
Sure.
and I'm glad I did. And
Yeah,
a great album. All right, it looks like I am actually staying in the country of England because going back to nursery.
that's among my top five album of all times.
Yeah, I mean, the subject matters that they tackled back then, the musical box. I mean, it has the musical box and the return of the giant Hodge. have almost a sci-fi horror element to it. And anybody that loves British horror, it would fit if someone were to make even a little animated shorts of this. They can make these into really cool little short horror stories. But everything on this, I mean, the Fountain of Salmacis, I
Mm.
mean, uh, touching upon mythology,
Yeah.
um, and then the short ones for absent friends, which I'm sure in the prog world people use that for funerals and stuff like that.
Oh, basically, there's not one bad song on that album.
No, it's perfect. And I have the one that came in that, you know, that cardboard box that had like a set of them, 70 to
Yeah.
75. And
Yeah.
it has like a second disc on it with, you know, all the little B-sides and such. Um, I just got it because that those box sets because I just wanted all the Genesis stuff. You know, the only thing that's missing off of those Genesis box set is that live one, and I don't know if they ever did a nice remaster of it. But yeah, like I said, this is a perfect. I just wanted. I want to say a perfect Genesis album.
Completely agree.
Right.
Now, okay, my fourth album. Ooh, this is a big one. This is a big one. I've got this. John Lennon's Imagine.
Uh,
Um, it's the second solo album by the famous Beatle, and probably one of the most renowned album of the year 1971. Even 55 years later, the title track is now pertinent more than ever with
oh yeah.
all the dreadful crap that's going around nowadays. Uh, the song Imagine His is a signature song and a world anthem for peace, reason, compassion, and critical thinking. You also have on that album Jealous Guy and How Do You Sleep? A bit of a retribution song about the bad blood between John and Paul McCartney at the time.
Right.
uh, Among the musicians featured on this album, you have George Harrison and Alan White of Yes.
Yep. Yeah.
Imagine reached number one on most of the 1971 charts across the world. Uh, it's a beautiful album and just a pleasure to revisit. When I pulled it out, I said, "Oh, I got to listen to it." I also have it on CD, but I put it on my turntable. I said, "I want to hear the pops and crackles."
Right.
It's, it, Actually, there are no pops and crackles because it's in pristine condition. But yeah, it's always fun to pull out old classic vinyls and spin them on the turntable. So yeah, just a beautiful album that I love to revisit at times.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and like you said, that the title track is so important today more than ever.
Hmm.
I
Absolutely.
mean, I'm going to use a pun. Imagine if he was what he would say.
Imagine all the music he would have done since 1980
1980
to nowadays. It's a tragic loss for
for the world.
humanity.
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah. All right. Well, my my fourth one is Pink Floyd Metal.
Ooh, yes.
This I mean, starting off with One of These Days with that. I mean, you listen to that in your car or you listen to it in your headphones and you hear that bass and the bass drum thumping. It's like it comes in. How was that the way they recorded that in 1971? Because it sounds like when I discovered it in the 90s, it sounds like it was something that could have been recorded in the 90s.
Hmm.
That song right there alone. So
The fun part of mechanical reverbs.
yeah, and then that one of these days I'm gonna cut you into little pieces, and then it just starts going off, and I was like
Hmm.
going, I mean that when those words are said, I get the shivers like something, it's like holy, someone's getting it, someone's gonna get it, you know. As the kids say today, FAFO, fuck around and find out, there. But I mean, it has Pillow and Winds, kind of gets goes a little mellow. Fearless, great one. Sancho Pay, kind of little different. And then that one, Seamus, where you got the dog.
Hmm. Hmm.
I mean,
Precursor to animals.
yeah. And then the epic goes.
The epic of epics.
And it's funny, it's a space rock sounding song, but it's about under the sea. And that one is a great song to listen to on your headphones when when everything's quiet around you and you don't hear nothing, and just listen to that. I mean you can listen to it through your speakers, but I think you get more impact when it's done in headphones because all the sounds going to your brain. This is was I I like to say that this was a bridge from the past to the present, meaning Dark Side of the Moon. You hear elements, especially in echoes, that they touch upon in Dark Side of the Moon. And then the other five have echoes to the previous stuff. So it's a nice little bridge from the early days, because Seamus kind of sounds like something off of like maybe the first and second album.
Hmm.
Like maybe it was an ode to Sid Barrett, something whimsical, kind
Hmm.
of silly a little bit. Um, uh,
Oh, Gilmore truly shines on that album.
oh yeah, like his guitar, bro. I mean, all right, that's my fourth.
Fantastic. Okay, my last album, uh Canadian content. uh that's my favorite Canadian musician. It's Joni Mitchell, Blue. She's absolutely my favorite Canadian female vocalist, songwriter. Uh, I was listening to Blue this morning and wow, what an album. This is one of her finest albums because of the exceptional songwriting, compositions, and vocals throughout. It's complex, emotional, intense, and just soothing and beautiful. Among the musicians featured on this album, you have Stephen Stills and James Taylor. Remember that Joni had kind of a little thing with James for a
A little
while.
bit.
All of the songs are simply perfect, but those that stand out are Carrie, The River, and This Flight Tonight, which was famously covered by the metal band Nazareth.
Oh, okay. Isn't that amazing how, a lot of these bands love to cover these songs. Now, I'm
Mhm.
not too familiar with Joni Mitchell. I know some of like um I, whatever they played on the radio or and I've always been meaning to dive into some of her stuff. I mean,
Oh,
Blue,
it's
and I
a
think that there's another one that seems to be pretty I hear a lot talked about. I forget
mhm.
its title, but
There's stuff like Corten Spark, and yeah, she is just absolutely fabulous and one of Canada's national treasures.
mm,
Uh, The album Blue ranked number three on the top 100 Canadian albums of all times in 1996.
Oh wow.
It's and her entire discography is just pretty much on par with this album. Uh, well, that's my list for the year 1971.
All right. Well, someone in there says greetings. Noise box. Well,
Hello, Noise
and
Box.
and my final one, it's part of a massive box set. It's called Pawn Hearts, but it's massive in
Yes.
here. It doesn't have its own little like a slip case or something. It's just a disc that's put in there. But
Wow.
out of
Box set.
all of these things, this is the most chaotic, schizophrenic sounding, beautiful albums. It's just it just all this chaos going on. And uh now Peter Hamill's voice is it's you can't it's not for the faint of heart. I mean,
True, true.
you took me many years to get used to it, but then I just put myself as like, well, I used to listen. I was into heavy metal, so it. He has that aggression of heavy metal singer without being a heavy metal singer. So I put my mindset in there, and then that's when everything clicked.
That's true. What you're saying is he sings with his heart. His voice might not be perfect, but he gives it everything.
Yeah, I mean it's got Mannerg. I mean it starts off this beautiful like that, and all of a sudden, I think this song is about the duality of man, where you have your angel and your devil, and then they're always at odds with each other, but based on, I guess, based on your decisions. And then I guess he does it on a broader sense of mankind. Do you go the route of your angels or you go the route of your devils? Um, and then the big one was a plague of the lighthouse keepers. That's where the schizophrenia, for me, sounds like it's coming in. Basically, lighthouse keeper that just basically, I know that most lighthouse keepers stay on site for almost a year with no human contact of anything. They're by themselves. So I can see why someone could go mad because they don't have that human contact. They don't have a telephone. Um, they may have a boat that comes off and just drops off supplies, but that's it. And I'm wondering is that there's that movie with Robert Pattinson, from Twilight called The Lighthouse, and I'm wondering if this they took some of that ideas from him from the song because it's pretty wild, this song. I mean, and the other thing is if anybody has this is going to take you so long to get through because I got through the regular albums. Now there's stereo version of Pawn Hearts, and then there's a 5.1 mix of Pawn Hearts. So it's like you'll hear it like three different ways, and I would say it's up to the individual listener which one they prefer. I mean, I like when bands do that when they revisit their albums and they put out these big box sets. Um, some people may think, oh my God, they're just milking it. But no, they want to show their fans it's more than just this album. There was more things going on. And I and I think it's almost I mean, that was possibly my most expensive thing I own. It was close to 200.
Yeah, that's up there.
And
That's up there.
yeah, it was that's the most expensive box set I ever bought. And
But worth it.
Oh, yeah, because it's still, I mean, I've had it now almost 2 years and
You're not through yet.
I'm not through. No, I don't, maybe in another 2 years I'll get it finished. But it's just amazing.
One
But
of the things that I do when I want to listen to, the discography of an artist, uh, I'm in the process of ripping all my albums to CD. So, like just a few weeks ago, I took all of my Van der Graaf generator albums. I have like 10 of them, and I ripped them all. And then I started listening while ripping the albums. And wow, it's wild. It's absolutely wild. Uh, but the
and
composition,
oh
uh,
yeah.
so brilliant.
Yeah,
And
and
the
that's
lyrics.
this is
I,
this
I
is
don't listen to lyrics usually, but those
right.
lyrics are so pointy and so intense.
Yeah. I mean, this band is really not for the faint of heart. I mean, but if you enjoy, kind of touching into a dark side, if you will, this band is great to do it. I mean,
A
uh,
contemporary equivalent would be a band like Discipline.
yes, I think Discipline uh kind of takes what Van der Graaf Generator did and just brought it to a more modern sensibility.
True.
Um, but 1971 had a lot of greats. I mean, we just touched upon 10. There's so many out there, and I have one thing for everybody out that watches this. On your five favorites, because maybe it's something Robert and I missed completely, and may maybe on a small chance, maybe not for Robert, but for me, I may not have heard it, and you're gonna you're gonna make my you're gonna make my wallet hurt.
Excellent.
Now we're gonna be return. I'm gonna be returning on February 21st, and we're gonna tackle the year 1976, 50 years ago.
50
So,
years. The
so
year of the 1976 Montreal Olympics.
oh yeah, that was. I mean, a big year for Canada, a big year for us. 200 years, bicentennial,
Hmm.
and just a just a, a lot of stuff and a lot of great albums. So, on behalf of me and Robert, I'd like to thank you for watching our video and hope to see you guys on the next one.
Thank you, Ron. It's been a pleasure to be in your company.
Oh yeah, I always enjoy when you come on. You have very similar tastes to me, so it's like I always can count on stuff that I know I'm gonna like. All right. Well, Robert, thank you again, and you feel better,
All right, I will.
and I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Have a great day.
You
Bye-bye.
too. Bye bye.